Hello YouTubers and fellow survivors, welcome to another DayZ video fresh to your faces. Today's video will be on how to survive and thrive in the zombie apocalypse that is DayZ Standalone. There are many different ways to play and survive in DayZ. Everyone will have their own means of existence and ways to deal with certain situations that arise. However, there are some fundamentals that everyone has to know. There is no right or wrong way to do things in DayZ, however, this guide should help you newcomers in surviving. When you first spawn in DayZ, you will spawn hungry and complaining with nothing but a battery and a torch in your pockets. Your first priority is to find food and water. You are instantly faced with a problem when you spawn in. Where am I? Now I was lucky to spawn smack in the middle of nowhere. This is a common spawn location, so no doubt some of you will spawn here too. This town is full of food, water, loot and guns, so in a matter of minutes I should be kitted out and ready to go. Your first port of call is the well. Head down the road until you find it. There are wells in most of the towns around Chernarus, so keep an eye out for them. They are the best way to get your character hydrated. Upon finding the well, run up to it, make sure there's no one about, scroll on your mouse wheel and bring up the drink menu. Keep clicking on this until your hydrated meter turns bright green. To see your character's overlay, press the tab button. After getting hydrated, your next port of call is food. I like to look in these garages because you can get clothes at the same time. I was lucky enough to come across a body which had all I needed to keep going, but be wary of dead bodies. You need to ask the question, how did they get there? After spending time looting the houses, eating and drinking, your character should look like this. All bright green and healthy. This is the state you want to keep your character in as much as you can. You will develop a love-hate relationship with the zombies of Chernarus. They are a pain and they are also helpful. Sometimes they will aggro you from miles away, sometimes you can sneak right past them without them noticing. Whatever happens, you will encounter them. When you first spawn in, your best option is to avoid them at all costs. They can easily kill a new spawn who doesn't have the time or the energy to spend 20 minutes punching it to death. Zombies are easy enough to avoid being hit from. You can strafe left and right to avoid being hit. You can also even make them hit each other, but it takes a long time to kill each other. Shooting a zombie is not advisable, for shots will give away your location and will just attract more zombies to your location, as well as wasting valuable ammunition. The best way to deal with zombies is melee weapons, namely the axes and the sledgehammer. This splitting axe will kill the zombie in 2 shots, where the fire axe is a one-shot zombie kill, and many survivors' preferred weapon for dealing with the undead. DayZ will be nothing without the need to loot. It is what drives most of us into the towns and cities to find the food, find the rare weapons, or just to find something silly to wear or something to do. A lot of your time in DayZ will be spent looting houses and certain locations to find the best items. I would advise finding the scrapyards. These are the best places to find a mixture of items that you will need. From one scrapyard you can find enough food, water, clothes and guns to keep you happy and able to defend yourself should the need arise. When you enter a scrapyard, find yourself a backpack and fill it with everything that you can see, be it cans of drink, food, ammo, bandages and possibly weapons. It is a lot safer to eat and drink away from the scrapyard than standing in the middle of it all exposed and vulnerable. Unless, of course, you have a friend that can keep you covered. If you're feeling adventurous, you can visit the military bases. These are the best places to find military grade loot and guns. But be warned, they are very dangerous places and a lot of bandits will be sat there waiting to shoot anyone that comes in. Some items will only spawn in military bases, namely the military tent. There are also a spawn point for the truck, so if you're lucky enough you may be able to leave in the cab of a vehicle. Now, first aid is an unavoidable element to DayZ and being prepared is always the best option. Find yourself a first aid kit and pick it up. If you cannot pick it up first attempt, drag it away from the vicinity and drag it back to your inventory. Some servers have a bit of lag, so it may take some time, but you'll get there in the end. I like to empty the first aid kits apart from the bandages and keep a supply of them ready. If you have none, you can of course have a friend to bandage you instead. The benefit to keeping the first aid kit on you is it takes up 4 inventory slots but can hold up to 6. It also protects the items inside. As you can see, I was shot with a shotgun, but the bandages inside are pristine. Now, shaking does happen in DayZ. It gets like that when you've been wounded or cold. You can sit by a fire to warm up, however this takes a long time. Best option is to place cans of food into the fire until they are red. Place them in your coat and trousers. This will warm you up faster, and as you can see, you are ready to fight again. Nice job. When first spawning in, you may not be able to find a suitable melee weapon, so an easy alternative is to craft a knife. Simply look at the ground and scroll on the mouse wheel. This will bring up the option to search for stones. When you have found one, simply put it in your hand again, look at the ground again, scroll on the mouse wheel, and you'll be given an option to craft an improvised knife. This little knife is very useful when starting out. You can gut animals, kill players, and tear up burlap sacks to save on inventory space. You can be prepared as the next person in DayZ. You can be kitted out to the max and have all the weapons, food and clothes, but sometimes your character will just do silly things. Be very careful when trying to get on the high ground for scouting, for the cranes have other ideas. Now the best advice that I can give you is seek out other players and play with friends, for the best experiences are best shared with other people. Kneel before me.
Baby Jesus. Praise the Lord, baby Jesus.
Who leaves a banana next to their bed? What are they doing with that banana? Wow. And a zucchini. They're loving it in this bedroom.
Ooh, yeah. Fucking hell.
Go to vomit. There we go.
Gee, I pissed in that water.
He's sick through his bandana. Filtered it. Hooray!
He hit the
Sucker
can.
punch me. Sucker punch me. Getting
He
beaten up
hit
by a
his
can
can
here.
again. He keep hitting his can.
This looks so dirty.
Beating the shit out of me.
Come on, you're a Scotsman. This should be bread and butter to you. Beating up people without any trousers
This
on.
game is ass. It's like sneak attack.
Oh, you got him!